Lord, Mother, and Wizard! What is wrong with this place? Well, well, well. Look what the Quad dragged in. What are you even doing down here? Actually, scratch that. We'll catch up later. Raynor's insisted on getting into another mess, and we could use your help. Raynor and I got hired by the local mining consortium to investigate this dwarven vault, Karst. Raynor jumped on it. Said something about this place unlocking secrets about dwarven tonal architecture. But it's more trouble than it's worth. Everything here is off. Tremors, strange creatures, crazed people, and things that shouldn't even be down here. I told Raynor we needed to turn back, but he ran inside while I was fighting off the worst of them. Think you could go and check on him? Thanks. There's no telling what's in there, and knowing Raynor, he'll wander into the wrong end of a blade while he's busy taking notes. I'll meet you inside as soon as I make sure nothing else out here is going to sneak up on us. Karst. It's a mouthful, right? I sometimes wonder if the real reason the dwarves are all gone is because they choked and swallowed their tongues trying to say their own names. Oh, you know, the usual. Delving dungeons, defying death, and staving off the ravages of boredom by risking our lives over and over. You show up. It really was something, wasn't it? I'm just glad Devaith Fear was able to bring us back home like we agreed. It's not every day you get to help save one of the living gods. You should hear Raynor go on about it, as if his head wasn't big enough. Alright, I know we're friends, but you honestly don't expect me to believe that, do you? Climbing the Crystal Tower? Meeting the Sijic Order? Let me guess, you arm wrestled a Daedric prince and won. I heard a few rumors about dragon sightings, but I wasn't sure how true they were. That sounds terrifying, honestly. Did you get any souvenirs, at least? I've never been to Elsewhere. No Dwemer ruins, you know? Not much Karst. Evidence of our problem. There's a group of looters trying to lay claim to this place. Probably from that mining town nearby. Strange creatures that don't belong. They jumped us at the door, but it was odd. It was almost like they just winked into existence. There were bright flashes of light, and then they appeared out of thin air and started to attack.
it's you. Good to see you, my friend. You have quite the knack for showing up at the most convenient times. Did you know that? She worries this vault is too big a risk, but I simply cannot ignore the possibilities of discovery here. Besides, we can handle looters. I will admit, besides the looters, there are a number of strange adversaries up ahead. Most of them seem rather lost and confused, but nonetheless confrontational. If you could clear a safe path for us, Kirith will stop fretting, and I can do what I do best.
There you are. The coast is clear outside.
What was that? Another earthquake?
Raina, stay close.
Oh my, what is that incredible machine?
Wait, do you hear that? Someone's up there.
Oh, you! Of course it's you. Well, it simply couldn't have been anyone else, could it? That depends. What year is it? No, wait, don't say it. There's already enough temporal instability going on in this place. My name is Thaddeus Cosma, and I am a member of... You know what? That's not important right now. This device, however, is... too complicated to explain. See that scroll on the ledge there? It's a list of components I need you and your friends to track down. Unless I fix this device, the temporal and spatial distortions will tear this place apart.
Spatial distortions. That will explain these tremors.
Raina, something's happening.
Kirith, what's wrong? Kirith? Kirith!
Well, that's unfortunate. If you want to save your companions, find those components I listed. But be careful. Well, where indeed? I suppose they could really be anywhere. The Merethic era, the distant future, the very start of creation. Don't get hung up on it. Rather, we should concentrate on how to bring them back. Fixing this Dwemer device should realign time and return everything and everyone to its proper place. In theory. Which is why I need those components. In light of unfortunate circumstances, the responsibility to retrieve them now falls to you. Oh, more questions. I almost forgot what a curious creature you are. All I can say for sure is you will know them when you see them. Now, hurry along. I'll stay here and keep the device stable for as long as I can.
There you are, right on schedule. I must say, your punctuality speaks well of you. They assured me you would not be here for some time, and yet, here you are. A miraculous confluence of temporal displacement and spatial distortion. I've seen such amazing things, if only I had the time to tell you. Back isn't the right word for it. I understand so much more now than I once did. No, but if I had to guess, I'd say she's brandishing her sword.
I'd lost you. time is of the essence. Oh, of that I have no doubt. Now, I need to ensure the central resonator remains stable during the process. You must install the components. There, there, and there. Quickly now. Let me adjust the... Come on. I suppose that'll work. Steady, steady. Not so rough. That's it. Now, throw the lever on the overlook to reset the device. Hurry. It's working. Done it. You've done it! Brilliant! You did it! I'm incredibly grateful. You can't possibly imagine how uncomfortable it is to be in the wrong temporal configuration. Imagine bowel cramps, except all throughout your body. Absolutely horrid. It will be a few moments before everything reconfigures itself. They should realign to your time as I depart for my own. So, if you have any questions, now would be the time. Ah, yes. We're the ones who ask questions. You provide the answers, usually in the most destructive manner possible. I'm afraid I can't be more specific. The fragility of your brain and your understanding of space and time are rattled enough as is. Terribly sorry, I must go! Home at last!
Are we back? What in AM's name happened?
I think I'm going to be ill. Stop! Stop! Just stand still a moment. Oh, it's no use. There are currently 4 of you, and the longer I look at them, the less I trust my stomach. Talk to my system.
You're alive. What happened? Where did that strange man go? I can't even begin to understand what just happened, but I think we have to thank you for keeping us from being tossed around all of creation with no rhyme or reason. Once the room stops spinning, we're leaving, even if I have to carry Raynor out. Raynor and I have been in our fair share of impossible situations, but this one? It definitely beats them all, at least when it comes to strangeness. And that's saying a lot when it comes to dwarven ruins. They're usually strange to start. I'm trying to figure that out myself. One moment I was back in Morrowind, but it was different. Vivek City was a smoking crater. The next I was underwater and struggling to breathe. Then I was falling into a volcano. Then I was here. Not really. I still have all my limbs. I didn't sprout a tail, and my hair is still perfect, thank the 3 for that. Though I'm not willing to test that. Sometimes you have to write off a place as too dangerous. This is one of those times.
Everything is a blur. I think I vaguely remember talking with a group of people. But the memory eludes me. Not much, I'm afraid. Some shapes of people, a few voices. I remember reading a schematic of some kind. It had... No. It's gone. You did? How odd. I'm sorry. I just can't remember. My head. It feels as though someone tried to extract all from my skull. Thank you for your help at any rate. Kirith and I will be taking our leave as soon as we remember how to walk.
assassins tried to kill the High King. They murdered Queen Gerhild.
Our poor king must be devastated. The princess, too. What a sad day.
Well?
You would have me spread my forces across the realm to search for nightmares you dredged up from a bottle?
It's not!
Or should I say, the whispers of eastern vipers tickling your ears?
But Mother!
Enough! Then next you come before me to vomit up your counsel. Make sure it doesn't stink of treason.
Damn the man. He wouldn't let me get a word in edgewise. Mother always knew how to talk to him. Me, not so much. Mother had a way with Father, but she could be just as stubborn. If she wanted something done and he wouldn't oblige, she'd do it herself. Time to take her lessons to heart, I guess. If my father won't take a stand, then I suppose it's up to me. Our kingdom consists of 3 holds. Halfingar, Hjalmarch, and Karthald. I need to warn them. The Jarls might listen, even if my father won't. I'm the daughter of the High King, after all. Time to start acting like one. Will you come with me? We should visit Jarl Redharn of Hjalmarch first. If we can convince him of the threat, at least his hold can take steps to protect itself. We'll find him in his hall in Morthal. I'll leave word for Lyris with Mog, so she'll know where to find us. Honestly, I don't know. But Jarl Redharn tempers his warrior nature with a kindness not often seen in people of his stature. Besides, he's always had a soft spot for me ever since his daughter and I played together at moots and other gatherings. I remember a time when we were all happy together. Him and Mother and I. Seems like a long time ago. At some point, he became more and more involved with the trappings of power. He was more interested in being the High King than my father. I tried, but interaction with my father made it difficult. She wanted us to be a family. But the High King wanted a queen and a princess. Eventually, he stopped ordering me to attend royal functions. It was my one victory in our relationship.
Lucky Mog passed along your message. I would have hated to miss all this mud.
Why does the Princess of Solitude grace my humble hall with her royal presence? Are you here on behalf of the High King?
I've come to warn you, Jarl Redharn.
Warn me? I already received orders from your father. What more is there to say?
Orders? Right. But you need to prepare the hold's defenses.
And what must we defend ourselves against this time? More urns and fetishes?
Please, Jarl Redharn, let my friend explain. The threat to our holds is worse than you can imagine.
Haven't seen the Princess of Solitude in a while. Funny, or no disrespect intended, but Her reputation precedes.
You're the one my wife spoke of, the one who returned our daughter to us. I owe you my deepest gratitude. For that, you have my ear. So, tell me of this danger that threatens our realm. We're not Daedra worshippers. Our blood's hot enough to boil a blizzard, and we've got more pressing concerns than some northern squall. We received Svargrim's orders, promptly ignored them, and immediately ran afoul of a gaggle of reachmen. The High King sent a royal decree, said to leave any strange objects or fetishes we spotted around the hold alone. They were dangerous, he said. Just so happens we found a few. I had my soldiers destroy them. That's when we encountered the reachmen. The barbarians reacted poorly when we destroyed the strange witch sticks. We beat them back and chased them into the nearby barrow. But that was the last I heard from my soldiers. Since you dealt with this before, would you investigate the barrow? If I were a few years younger, and had more soldiers to spare, I'd march east to the Morthal Barrow and deal with the sorceress nonsense myself. But I'm not, I don't, and I have other responsibilities. Take this key. It will get you into the barrow. They were tall, ugly things, covered in strange runes, fetishes, and a poultice that smelled like rotting fungus. They had been set up around the town. My soldiers assumed they'd find one at the barrow, but instead they sent word of the reachmen. Really? Last I heard, the princess was more interested in... No, I won't indulge in idle gossip. Svanna carries herself well. Not with the grace of her mother, but she has the swagger of a warrior. I wish I could say the same about my daughter. She's as well as can be expected. With that damned curse broken, her health has recovered, but the gloom it left behind still hangs over her. But enough of the past. We have troubles enough in the present to deal with.
Keep back! The barrow is unsafe.
Jarl Redharn sent us. What happened here?
Reachmen. Let's talk if you want details. You, sir! The barrow is off limits. We are here to make sure nothing gets in or out, and will do so by any means necessary. I did not want to spare the soldiers I had left to send a message. We destroyed a number of strange sticks set up on the outskirts of town. Then we reached the barrow. We spotted a few reach barbarians. I sent word and we charged after them. A storm appeared in the barrow, if you could believe such a thing. It was foul magic, almost certainly. Soldiers began changing around me, dying or falling into a stupor. Some turned into monsters, and then the Draugr clawed out of their graves. We never made it that far inside, and when the storm hit, it was all I could do to get out and seal the door behind us. If the Jarl sent you, and you're intent on entering the barrow, I won't stop you. But if you emerge as a monster...
Those bodies. They're the Jarl's soldiers. That's done. Let's tell the Jarl what happened here. If I never have to enter another barrow, it will be too soon. No sign of that witch or the reliquary she ran off with. We should get back to the Jarl's Hall. We saw the last stand of what could have been a much larger attack on Northall. The witch pike in the barrow was the only one that wasn't destroyed before they performed the ritual. Soldiers were caught in the Harrowstorm, but the town was spared. That's what happened in Kilcreath after the storm hit. I'm more curious about the witch, though. Why was that gray reliquary important enough for her to grab it and run off as soon as she spotted us? Come on, let's go talk to Jarl Redharn.
I can't believe the Jarl's daughter is back. She's grown so much, hasn't she?
She appears in good health and unharmed. I wonder where she was all this time.
And then Mog threw up all over this sword Thane's boots.
Ha! This orc friend of yours sounds... Ah, your companion's returned. Well, friend of Svanna, are you as good as your word? Tell me what you discovered at the Morthal Barrow. A Harrowstorm, like the thing the princess was telling me about? The thing that destroyed Kilcreath? Gods! A pox on the Reach and its barbarian horde! What else? What about the Reachmen in the barrow? Disappointing, but not unexpected. Reach witches are a tricky lot. Still, you have my thanks. In the meantime, Hjalmar shall prepare for war. We may not have a defense against the Harrowstorms, but we can be ready to attack once we have a target.
With you and Lyris's help, we've gained the trust of Jarl Redharn. My father respects the Jarl. That will go a long way in convincing the High King to take the Coven's threat seriously. Now we need to do the same thing at Carthald. Jarl Ulfwen rules the Hold, which was established to provide a defensible border against the Reach. If any of the Western Holds can deal with this threat, it's Carthald. But first, I have one more thing to discuss with Jarl Redharn. Jarl Redharn, prepare your forces as you say. But we need you in solitude.
Solitude? I have troubles here in Hjalmarch. Why should I leave when my hold needs me?
High King Svargrim won't listen to us, but he might listen to you.
Get up, Princess. If you think it will help, I'll talk to your father.
Lyris, please escort the Jarl to Solitude.
Of course. What about you?
We need to warn Jarl Ulfwin, so we're going to Karthald.
each other apart, right in front of me.
Stay inside. Stick together. We'll take care of this. These people, they're from Carthage. They might be all that's left of the town. When you told me, I didn't quite believe it. But seeing these people, it makes it all too real. There could be other survivors out there. Maybe even Jarl Ulfwen. We need to make a search of the town. Let's hurry. Every second we waste could be the difference between life or death.
Need some.
You escaped the barrow? No matter. This time we'll harvest all of the Grey Reliquaries.
That Coven Witch. Is she the one that escaped from the barrel?
Too bad you arrived so late. Your life energy would fit perfectly in my reliquaries. Protect the Grey Reliquary with your lives!
I need a moment. Let's talk over there. Gods, did all this death serve some dark purpose? Sorry. Guess I'm not completely used to the fighting and all. That urn, though. The Grey Reliquary. The witch was adamant about protecting it, gathering it up. She said something about our life energy. Oh, gods, I think I know what they're doing. Remember what the witch said as we approached the town. This time we'll harvest all the Grey Reliquaries, she said. That our life energy would have fit perfectly in the urns. I think the Hero Storm steals life energy and puts it in the reliquaries. If the Jarl is still alive, she can take care of herself for a while longer. The witch hasn't gathered all the reliquaries yet. I say we get to them first and destroy them. I won't let these bastards profit off the destruction of Carthage. Breaking these things won't bring my people back. But the same goes for the Grey Host. That's done. Now let's check on the Jarl. Her hall is right up the hill.
Stay back! Don't make me! Oh, you're not one of the witches or their monsters. I thought this was the end for me. I barely have the strength left to conjure a light breeze. Wait a moment. Is that Princess Svanna? I'm Magister Fidelia. I serve Jarl Ulfwen as her court mage. I've been fending off witches, vampires, and these crazed villagers since the chaos started. There was a storm, definitely magical in nature. It turned our own people against us. I'm not sure. I sent the Jarl into the cellar when the storm began, when I still thought it was just a bad storm. Please, go downstairs. Make sure the Jarl is safe. Kartold will be lost without her. The cellar. Jarl Orfwen is in the cellar. Make sure that she's all right.
Jarl Orfwen! No! I need to get some air. Please, recover the crown of Karthald. We can't leave it down here. I'm sorry, Fidelia. Jarl Ulfwen, she's...
That's the Karthold crown. Jarl Ulfwen's gone, then? I failed her. Harrowstorm? Is that what you call what happened here? Why I didn't turn into a monster is a mystery. Wait. The Hold soldiers clashed with Reachman scouts a few days ago. They brought back these medallions the scouts were wearing. Yes. I was preparing to study the enchantments I detected upon it when the Harrowstorm struck. I guess I slipped it into my pocket without really thinking about it. Could this be some sort of protection against the storm?
Garthwatch is gone. No people, no Jarl. The seat of the entire hold. Wiped out. Just like that. I have to get my father to take action! I need to get back to the Eversnow and gather the survivors. Take them to Solitude, where they'll be safe. At least as safe as we can make them. Then I have to have a serious talk with my father. I'll make him listen to me, damn it, no matter what! Return to Solitude. Find Lyris and meet me in the Blue Palace. I have a room upstairs that we can use. We need to come up with a plan. Something that will help me convince my father to act. Magister Fridelia, as the highest-ranking official remaining from the court of Karthald, I need you to come to Solitude.
Of course, Princess Svana. I'll help you convince the High King.
Come on, you brainless cur! This way!
They're worse than drunkards after the mead hall closes.
Shh! Don't mock the cursed! You'll call a hex down upon us!
You again? Always where you don't belong. All this foulness began when you showed up. Herald? Is that what we're calling them? Well, not that it's your concern, but High King's careful, outsider. We don't take kindly to that kind of attitude when it's directed at our High King. If you want to know so bad.
Glad to see you're alive and well. I was getting worried with all the Herald they've been bringing into the city. They've been taking them to the Temple of the Divines in Castle Dower. I suppose it's really the only place to care for them in their condition. Jarl Redharn gave him an earful the moment we entered the Blue Palace. Nord politics. It's a wonder to behold. One step removed from a barroom brawl. I'm disappointed they didn't start slugging each other, but it worked out in the end. Damn it. I was afraid of that. We're running out of time and we still don't fully understand what we're facing out there. Hey, where's the princess? Tell me you didn't lose Svanna in Carthwatch.
Assassins tried to kill the High King. They murdered Queen Gerhild.
Our poor king must be devastated. The princess, too. It is sad tale.
Svanna, I know, would leave all this bother behind. Come back to the troll and let the royalty deal with this.
I am the royalty, Mog. It's time I started acting like it. Welcome to the princess's chamber, my friend. I don't remember the last time I spent more than a few moments in here. Anyway, Jarl Redharn and Magister Fridelia are here, giving my father an earful. Thanks for helping me at the holds. No, but we saved Morthal, and stopped the Coven from getting the Grey Reliquaries at Carthwatch. And we brought the hold leaders here. All of that matters. Take this, my royal allowance. I was going to buy wine, but you can make better use of it. We return to find my father is finally doing something about the Coven threat. But it's not enough. Extra patrols and rounding up the Herald is all well and good. But what we really need is a defense against the Herald storms. Unfortunately, we've only recovered a few of the medallions. And Magister Fridelia hasn't determined what enchantment the medallions use to provide their protection. We need another solution. Right, Lyris mentioned that. Coincidentally, a courier delivered a message for you from Dusktown. I never heard of the place, but she said it was sent by someone named Fenorian. Is that your scholar? Read the message and let's see if he'll help us. Take the message from the table, then see if you can convince Fenorian to join us. Maybe with his help, we can devise a defense against the storms. I'll stay here and continue to annoy my father until he gives this threat the attention it deserves. You forget that I have help now. My father might be able to ignore me, but he'll have a harder time dismissing a Jarl and the court mage. It's funny. I would have thought he'd be happy to see me finally take an interest in politics. I don't care about his approval, but I'd like to earn his respect. With Mother gone, we're both going to have to work harder to keep our kingdom running. It will be easier if we find a way to get along.
Dusktown. I wonder what Fenn's found that led him back down there. Does his message give any indication of where we can find him? The settlement isn't big, but it's not exactly small either. Well, that's a start. You know, I never imagined I'd be working alongside a vampire, let alone one I respect. With all the leeches we've already had to kill, it's nice to see another side. Fenn's different. You go on ahead. I need to get my axe sharpened before I go back down into Blackreach. I'll catch up with you in Dusktown.
What do you want?
Those new arrivals, they didn't stop in Dusktown, went straight for those dwarven ruins.
I thought we were trying to keep this place a secret, and they sure didn't look like miners to me. Another new recruit.
I swear, people come down here and go...
What is it?
Hey, partner. Glad I found you. Now let's get Fen and return to the Blue Palace. Fen, you in here? Let's look around. Fen never struck me as a messy person. Could there have been a struggle here? Burnt papers. Someone was trying to hide something. Burnt journal pages, Fen's flask, and a strange old key. All found among clear signs of a struggle. But other than what's in the flask, we didn't see any blood. That means Fen was probably taken alive. The key looks dwarven to me, and the notes mention a dwarven tower. They could be connected. The notes also indicate that Fen was going to meet with someone named Edyar east of the Dusktown Bridge. You start there and I'll check with the locals. We have no idea who Edyar is, or who took Fen for that matter. It could be this Ashen Lord we heard mentioned, or maybe the Icereach Coven. The question is, why take Fen at all? Why not just kill him? Does he have information they need? More than likely. If they want to get information out of him, death might be preferable to whatever tortures they have planned. Let's get to it. You find this Edyar, and I'll see if the locals saw what happened here.
Sod off. This is my patch of ground.
You don't listen too well, do you? All right. Talk fast and tell me why I shouldn't rip out your throat. The silk shirt kept notes? Of course he did. And where is Fenorian? He's late, and he still hasn't compensated me for the information I gave him. I need that key! Missing? Probably taken by the same bastard that has my packmates, Exarch Zingalis. Fenorian said he could provide a key to unlock their chains, if I told him about the experiments performed on us. If you can get that key, I'll tell you more. Hircine's fetid breath, that's it! Look, I managed to escape from Zingalis' tower, but my packmates are still chained up in the Lightless Hollow. Use that key to set them free. Then, I'll tell you how to find Fenorian. The Lightless Hollow lies to the east, and Hircine's claws. Who is that tall woman?
Stand down. I'm a friend.
My packmates are in a work camp on the Lightless Hollow's west side. That's the big cavern to the east. What else would you call them? My family? We're bound by a curse that makes us... We're werewolves, all right? Do I have to spell it out for you? Zingalis' helper made a mistake. Forgot to lock the chain. Exarch Zingalis. He's a vampire. Part of a group called the Grey Host. They're military, but he's some sort of insane genius. An alchemist. Digging... tunneling, actually. Up toward the surface. Then, every so often, Zingalis would send for one of us. The mad vampire likes needles. He would... Fenorian really wanted to figure out what Zingalis was doing. He's probably in Zingalis' experimentation chamber. I clawed my way out of there. It nearly killed me.
None of the locals really wanted to talk. One or two admitted to seeing Fen, but no one witnessed any kind of disturbance at his lodgings. At least, no one saw anything they were willing to tell me about. Is this Edyar? Does he know anything? Why is everything so complicated in this part of Skyrim? Alright, so tell me, what did Fen agree to do for our half-naked friend over there? Packmates? Edyar is a werewolf? Pfft, this just keeps getting better and better. So I take it you know how you want to deal with this particular situation?
Save my packmates. I'll meet you south of the camp.
are you? That scent. Why do you smell like Edyar? Edyar sent you. Then he made it. He's alive. That's wonderful news. Exarch Singales experimented on me. I blacked out, but they thought I was dead. Still at the camp. To the north. Hamild, Myrtilda, and Thevin. Save them before Singales finishes them off. Just come back. All right. I don't think I can make it on my own.
Workers like dogs. Finally. Thank you, stranger.
As fast as I can, you blood-sucking bastard! Herseem's claws. I thought I'd be digging forever. Thanks.
You don't smell like a grey horse. Run before they catch you too. You set me free? I owe you one.
We should not linger, Edyar. The Grey Host could find us at any moment.
Head to the surface. I need to fulfill my end of our bargain.
Looks like you made good on Finn's promise.
You actually did it. You freed my pack. Now it's my turn. If Exarch Singales took Fëanorian, and I'm pretty sure he did, you'll find them both in the ruined Dwarven Tower. It's difficult to get inside if you're not a vampire, but I know a way. Like I said, Singales' helper made a mistake. Forgot to fasten my chains after one of my tortures. I slipped away, crawled along some pipes, and fell into a chamber with one of those dwarven lifts. There was also a door, the one behind me. It'll get you close. There's a big door that leads into Singales' lair, but it's sealed. You need to figure out the dwarven mechanism to open it. Then make your way to the experimentation chamber. That's probably where he's keeping Fëanorian. The door's over here. Hurry, before they spot us.
Definitely dwarven. Watch out for traps. Must be the door Edyar mentioned. Sealed tight. No lock. Not even a handle. I don't suppose the werewolf told you how to open it, did he? The panels are all different. The gear started moving. You must be doing something right. Door's sealed tight. Those cube things. Maybe. It does look like they can... I thought I spotted some papers over there. That sounded promising. Let's try the door. This chamber's been used recently. Let's look around.
I'm tired of waiting for new orders.
That's an ugly plant. Must be the nether root mentioned in the note. Why does everything connected to vampires involve blood? Keep moving.
It fights against its nature, Rada al-Saran. A weaker breed.
Just that son of a strange.
That smell. It's overpowering. We need to shut down those machines. That's poison. Why are they spraying it on those plants? More of that nether root. Turn off those sprayers or we'll never get across this chamber. The mist from that sprayer changed. No, not that valve. Seem to be on the right track. I think you figured it out. No, not that. Try something else. That did something. Seem to be on the right track. You did it! Now we can cross the chamber. Sure as bones, that stone husk is moving.
Now, feel free to scream when I'm flashing past.
We have what we need. These last few weeks, a shame he could not be recruited to our noble cause.
The machine will finish him momentarily, my lord.
Finish your work here, Singalis, and join me in the keep. You must bear witness when we make our move.
Of course, Rada al-Saran. I am eager to see the power of our ultimate power storm. New test subjects. Just in time. This one is about space.
Hang on, Fen! Come on, let's make Singalis.
There's an arm. I cannot wait to cut open yours. You cannot stop it. It's too late. For me.
Fen's delirious. See if you can free him.
Go. Warn Solitude. You should have left me. Go warn Solitude. Aksak Singalis and Rada al-Saran talked freely while they tortured me. They're planning some sort of assault on Solitude. A massive hero storm. I need blood. But I won't drink from an unwilling person. In this state, even with a willing participant, I don't trust my restraint. If I only had my flask. My flask. Thank you, my friend. Rada al-Saran is the one they call the Ashen Lord, leader of the Grey Host. He and Singalis often went into the nearby sanctum to talk. I heard a few words. Map. Plan. But I couldn't make out the rest.
Once I take a long drink from my flask, I'll join you.
Take your time. You've been through a lot.
They did whatever they wanted. I couldn't stop them. Exox in Gallus was insane. But he was also a genius. If he kept records, they'll be in here.
I see a map and some papers. Hey, partner, take a look. So, partner, what did you find? We set out to find Fen and bring him back to Solitude. Along the way, we learned more about our true enemy, killed one of their leaders, and acquired some valuable intelligence. That's a victory in my book. Not that I can think of. I'll make sure that Fen makes it to the Blue Palace. We'll meet you there. And don't forget that map and communique. Come on, Fen. Princess Svana herself requested your presence at the Blue Palace.
I don't believe I'm very good company right now.
Come on, Fen. We'll help you through this.
You risked so much to rescue me. Why would you do such a thing? I had a lead on that, but Singalis captured me before I could finish looking into that. I let Edyar down. Then I also owe you for reconciling my debt to Edyar. Exox in Gallus was experimenting with werewolf blood, both to determine why it renders them immune to Herostorms, and to use it to strengthen the ritual components. Not by itself, but it gives me a place to start. With any luck, that map may provide additional clues. I need to rest. I'm sorry, my friend. This ordeal has been more difficult than you can imagine.
The Reach attacked Morthal. The Jarl's soldiers put a stop to it, as I understand it.
That's nothing. I heard something happened in Carthhold. Carthwatch was destroyed.
What do you want?
You are welcome here, Fenorian of House Ravenwatch.
I don't know what to say.
You're back! Lyris was just making introductions and was about to give her report. Why don't you tell me what happened? By all the Mead and Sovngarde, it's good to see you and the others. Your vampire scholar seems out of sorts, but I'm glad to make his acquaintance. Lyris tells me you ran into a bit of trouble. Care to explain? And I can't wait to hear all the details. In the meantime, let's take a look at what you found and try to devise a plan. Lyris didn't say much, but she indicated that time is short. Here, take this. You deserve a lot more, but it's all I can spare. The information you brought back from Blackreach might give us a fighting chance. Let's put our heads together and figure out how to use what you learned. My father be damned! The Grey Host? Where have I heard that name? Meanwhile, my father rounded up the Herald and moved his soldiers to the outer walls. Then he ordered the quartermaster to stockpile Castle Dower. He's preparing Solitude to withstand a long siege. That might work against a mob of Reachmen, but thick walls can't stop a Herostorm. Any war we try to wage will be over before it starts if we don't find a way to stop them. Fen knows more about the storms than anyone. See what he suggests. Talk to Fen. If he has any bright ideas, I'd love to hear them. Magister Fridelia has been studying the Icereach Coven medallion, but she hasn't had a lot of success. She seems even less confident about reproducing their protective enchantment now. She identified necromantic components as part of the enchantment, as well as reach rituals. But she isn't an expert on either type of magic. Frankly, I think she's exhausted the scope of her knowledge. You mean other than hounding my father and serving as go-between for the Jarl of Morthal and the Magister of Carthhold? I wrangled promises out of my father and showed our allies that someone in Solitude still cares. I got High King Svargrim to promise to dispatch soldiers to reinforce Morthal's defenses and send aid to Carthwatch. It's a start, but he hasn't actually issued the orders yet. I need to follow up with him after we're finished. Sort of. He admits he might have been wrong about the Icereach Coven as far as that goes, but he still glares daggers whenever anyone mentions you or Lyris. So let's not bring up Fen, all right?
It's all right. I'm ready to help. I know what you need me to do. Put my experience behind me. Focus on the mission, just like Verandis taught me. Could you show me the research you recovered from Exarch Singalis' laboratory? These notes prove my theory. Netherroot is the key component of the Herostorm ritual. It's like a poison for the soul. Weakens the bonds to the body so it can be pulled free. They're harvesting life energy from anyone caught in the storms. I'm guessing, but it may have something to do with those stone husks we saw. Remember how the werewolf emerged from one? And look at the mixture you retrieved. It isn't like the residue we recovered from the witch pike. It's more concentrated. It's certainly what Singalis' notes imply. Despite how it looks, a plan is formulating in my mind. I think I can create an elixir, but I'll need more of this refined netherroot brew. And we need to solve the mystery of the Coven medallions. I know what you need me to do.
Over here. Place it on the table. I want to show you something. See those marks? Grey host sites that correspond to the communique we found. I know a commander's map when I see one. Each of those marks matches a location mentioned in the communique from Rada al-Saran, the leader of the Grey Host. I can already see where we need to go. That mark on the northwest coast, that's an Ice Reach Coven camp. The communique mentioned needing more medallions. Odds are, they come from there. And here, a Midland camp between Dragon Bridge and Morthal. It's a staging ground for the Harrow Storms. More than likely. Those two locations should provide what Fen needs to finish his elixir. We can't bet everything on that, though. The communique mentions a warlord's camp in Blackreach. Maybe we can learn more about their ultimate plan there. Svanna, Fen, and I will divvy up the camps and scout ahead. Fen should investigate the coastal camp. I'll take the Midlands camp. That leaves Svanna with Blackreach. Meet up with each of us when you're ready. Then we'll hit each camp in turn. We don't have a lot of solid details, just what we've pieced together from the Grey Host's notes and communique. But I'll answer your questions the best I can. Which camp did you want to ask about? The Grey Host isn't just hiding in Blackreach now. They're mounting an invasion, and this appears to be their primary staging ground. I expect they're stockpiling witch pikes, grey reliquaries, and other supplies here, including the refined brew. From what I can tell, the camp on the northwest coast is where the Coven first made landfall from Ice Reach. It's as close to a home base as they've got. They've established themselves there, so I'd expect it to be well defended, if not fortified. The communique mentioned orders to produce more of those medallions, probably to keep pace with the increase in Harrow Storms. I can't guarantee this is the coastal camp where the orders were sent, but it's the only one on the map. That's the one we know the least about. But it's where a lot of the Grey Host's warlords are gathering, at least according to the communique. It's the best place I can think of where we can get a look at those orders the Ashen Lord mentioned.
Get on my bad side. Trust me. What is it?